Hey everyone, it's Willow here. In this episode, I'd really love to talk about the importance of being among other HSPs for us, being in community and giving ourselves the opportunity to understand our place and our belonging in the world. Let's dive in.
Inluminance specializes in developing sensory processing sensitivity, a natural high sensory intelligence present in 30% of the population, co-creating with the power of humanity to consciously evolve towards balance.
One of the things that I have noticed time and time again in my own experience and also the people I've worked with over the years is the phenomenal experience of being around and among other HSPs. It really is quite something. I can remember in my own experience, many years ago, I went to an HSP retreat in just north of New York in the US. And I will never forget the feeling of sitting among another, I think it was about 50 or 60 people, all HSPs together, focused on the speaker, on the transformation that we were there to achieve, within this incredible container of deep processing, deep care, and the love and shared interests that make us HSPs. It was absolutely amazing. I just can't emphasize the importance of experiencing this. Now, I know for many of us, getting together in person with other HSPs, it is a bit tricky. However, it doesn't need to be too difficult. There are ways to get together online, of course, the Inluminance Community being one of them. Also, there is the opportunity to explore groups on Meetup, for instance. Meetup is a really great way of finding other HSPs that share interests, or even to start your own local group. We are also about to launch a new platform within Inluminance that is going to provide a solution to some of these problems that HSPs face. And we are also going to be providing the functionality and support for you to be able to join and even start groups in your local area, and also to join groups online within the Inluminance community. And there is more coming about that very soon. The reason it's so important for us to be together as HSPs is because it allows us to dive into and talk about our experience of what it means to perceive the world at a deeper level, to care at the level we do, and also the overriding importance that we all share within us to want to make a difference in a very particular area of life. And often what's happening for us is that calling to want to make a difference sits slightly out of our conscious awareness. In other words, the need to want to do something special is there, but often we're not quite sure where that area is and how we can access it. And that is often because we are not in the conversation, or we don't feel safe enough in our general day-to-day life to really start to explore and open up about what this area is. And unfortunately, that leads to us feeling isolated. It leads to us feeling as though the depth to which we care and exploring that area just makes us seem a little bit weird. It makes us seem different. And a lot of the time we don't feel safe in doing that. And that really is a great shame. It is so important that we give ourselves the opportunity to do this. The other area that is also important, and one that I'm always talking about passionately, is about our abilities and the responsibility that we have to bring our gifts forward into the world. We are designed to bring a profound truth forwards into the world. We are amazing leaders. We're intuitive, we're empathic, we're very, very good at facilitating in the area of life that truly matters to us. And the problem is if we're not exploring and owning that, then again, we can sometimes feel disconnected to ourselves, and we're often running a false identity that is not actually aligned with the truth of who we are. And this causes us a great deal of pain and a great deal of problems. So really, the invitation is to get used to being in the conversation of who we are and to explore this amazing, expansive relationship that we have with the world in a way that allows us to build relationship with a deeper sensory experience of what's happening. And this is key. This is key. Because the deeper experience of what's happening for us is often quite difficult to put into words. And it can be quite difficult to try to get to the bottom of this with a usual therapist or friends and family, when actually what we really need to do is to be in the right space and in the right environment to actually explore this deeper sensory reality that we're experiencing, which then allows us to start to unravel the gifts and abilities that we have. These gifts and abilities are not usual. They're not common in terms of the same way in which other non-HSPs reveal their gifts and abilities. Ours are actually happening through this deeper sensory experience that we're having. It's often through a sense of knowing that we have. It's often through the experience of the movement and flow within our bodies. It's often through the visual abilities that we have, or the audio abilities that we have. And those are not common conversations. And then what happens is we're not engaging into that deeper experience and that deeper sensory reality because we're just not used to being asked the right questions in order to be able to access this part of ourselves. This is why it's so important to be among other HSPs, because no matter what walk of life they come from, no matter who they are having a deeper experience that is connected with an area of life that deeply matters to them. And when you can get together, when you can start to explore this, when you can start to identify the area of life that you both care about the most, that's when you can start to access this deeper vault of ability and gift. It will start to reveal itself. Ultimately, our ability is to read more deeply, whether that's circumstances, whether that's people. And in order to do that, it means accessing this higher sensory ability that we have. And to do that, of course, we need to understand the actual tools that make that ability up. And that is happening at a deeper experience within our bodies. So by being in conversation, by being among the right HSPs in a community that are in the right category, that helps enormously for us to start to explore and understand these abilities. It starts to make sense of spiritual, energetic experiences that we may have had as children or that we may have regularly as adults, and we just don't understand exactly what they mean and how to really apply them as gifts. So by being in conversation in the right category, that then allows us to begin to normalize these experiences and see that other HSPs are having experiences like this, and it's really quite normal for us. By normalizing it, we build relationship with it. By building relationship with it, it means we can access the power of these gifts and the importance of these gifts. So coming soon, for Inluminance, we are in the process of building a new platform. There is an announcement coming soon about this. And in this platform, one of the key problems that we're solving is for HSPs to be able to find HSP specialists and professionals that specialize in the area that we really need help with in order to be able to reveal these gifts and abilities. And that is something that I recommend enormously in order to make this shift, to be able to speak to the right HSP specialist, but also to understand the importance of this, that there are HSP specialists and professionals in the world that have an ideal client. In other words, there are a niche of HSPs in the world who match their calling and match the difference that they want to make in the world. And what happens is when you sit in front of a specialist that shares your calling, what happens is a profound energetic chemistry that enables the HSP specialist to truly facilitate to the depth that that HSP really needs to understand their gift in that category of life. This is something that is dearly needed in the world of HSPs, because otherwise we are struggling to find the right specialist that can sit in front of us and mirror us and reflect our abilities in the right way to help us to take ownership of them. So this is an opportunity to allow yourself to think along these lines. I would much rather that you become aware of some of the difficulties that we face in revealing these abilities because they are sitting slightly out of our conscious awareness, because we're not used to having these conversations. So I'd much rather that you become aware of that and just recognize that there's a very particular person that you need to have a conversation with in order to be able to reveal these things, rather than thinking that there's something wrong with you, or rather than thinking that nobody understands you and you don't know how to have these conversations. It boils down to the fact that you need to be having the conversation with the right person. And you need especially to be among other HSPs who share the same interest as you. So in the new platform that we're creating, which is going to start out in the Inluminance Community, there will be a series of categories with specialist contributors that will be producing content in that area, enabling you to be able to join that conversation and to be able to connect with that specialist to get the support that you need. So I very much recommend keeping your eyes and ears open to the coming announcements about this new change that we're making in the community and how you can actually become a part in its foundational work that we are doing currently, and how you can become a contributor and a supporter yourself. So if this is resonating, and if you feel yourself, you really need some support with this, and you really need to reach out to help you understand the nature of your gifts, the nature of who you are, then you're most welcome to reach out to us at Inluminance. You can book a discovery call, we can have a session with you, and we can talk to you about how you can start to understand the nuances of your gift, the needs that you have as an HSP, and how you can start to shift into a life of meaning and belonging and freedom. All you need to do is check out the links below to book a call. And please remember that you are not alone in the world. You are a part of a subsection of the community of human beings that are here for a very important reason. There is no need to feel isolated. There's no need to feel like there's something wrong with you. The opposite is true. In your difference lies your expertise, lies your value, and lies the importance of who you are and how you can make a difference in the world in the way that truly matters to you. Thanks again. It's great to have you here. Please do reach out if you need our support, and remember that we are here to help you. Thanks again, and bye for now.